Okay, welcome back to another lesson. Come into work services functions because we have to change a few things. Go to index.js. These are the ones I've changed, so I've just copied this, pasted it there, so then we can use this user route for get user details. So you just backspace the /user. So you want it like mine, command save. Quite simple. Come into users, the get user details function. Instead of params here, put user. So request.user.username and request.user.username. So not params, you want what I have here. So then you want command S to save, option command S save all, and then you want to do your, I've already done it, but in case you forgot what to type in, Firebase exploit dash only functions. So that's mine there, should end soon. And then we'll go back into the other project and continue on. Okay, welcome back to the lesson. So this lesson will be having the profile here. And if you aren't authenticated, it'll show this. Though as you're authenticated, it will show your profile and profile data here, which so far we just have email. And that actually goes to a profile page that hasn't been set up yet. So back to home. And we will implement a logout button, but for now, if you want to log out, let's go inspect application and delete the token. And then refresh. And you're about to log in again. Okay, so back into Visual Studio Code. This is quite long with a lot of CSS in it, so I'll just upload the code to the GitHub, which will be in the link down below, especially for this lesson, which I think is 25. So you want to first import, you haven't made it yet, but import profile from .components.profile /profile, sorry. Dump it down. And then you want to add profile in here. So once that's done, you can create profile. So components profile.js. Probably should be in pages, but we'll just leave it in components for now. So then user reducer, we're done with home.js. So user reducer, adding loading user with loading true. So that just brings the loading up, and then set user, which I was going to get user, but it's more like set user. So you got authenticated true, and we'll get the action payload, which will be the response.data from the function, and we get that set the user, which if you log in, it's all this data here. Credentials, I just changed this to, so you got all this here, make sure you put credentials in. And also I think in the file, new window, I think in functions I've changed it to credentials as well. Oh yeah, sorry. So come into the work services functions. I've changed it from user data to user, doesn't really matter. But credentials does matter, so make sure you got credentials there. And then this user here, user, all that there. Sorry about that if that confuses anyone. So make sure you come back in here, and then you have to go Firebase deploy -- only functions. I really hate this new Mac keyboard, and then enter. I've redone that. Make sure you save it and do that, sorry. So come back into here. Credentials up there, so down here. Make sure this is all the same. Okay, now we're done with that one. Command S that one before you get rid of it. profiles. We'll come back to this in a second. Just make sure this token
I see
bit here is all the same as mine. So you want to set authenticated and call get user profile data, which calls set user to get all the data that we put on the screen. So just make sure yours is the same as mine. That should be it for this one. Okay, we'll do profile last because this is the biggest. Okay, so you have to go into types. Remember, types is just, we set it to a string so we can't mess it up by typing this wrong. So throughout the app we'll have set user. So make sure you have set user. Get users profile data. I've changed that to get users, so I don't have this one. To set user. It's in types. So bring that in here. On add loading user and set user. Okay. So we go loading user here, which just makes loading true. So it brings up a little loading ... and then we set loading to false after we've set authenticated. If you look in that function, so we're going to call that one set authenticated because we need to be authenticated first, and then set user. So make sure that's all the same. Author out. Yeah, so you have to change this to this here. So in the ones that use author out, that's login and sign up. This state, we get authenticated from their states, and we set it here like so. So make sure yours is the same here. And then profile. So you're gonna go npm install, or you can just copy it from here. Press enter. I've already done it, so make sure you've done that. So make sure you got all these. If you want to go to my GitHub page, this will be all the same there, but I'll go through it now to point out what's what. So all these are all like icons, so anything like icons here. If you go into MUI, type in icons, there'll be an icon calendar today. And that's how you're going to do that. Paper, if you want to go look up paper in MUI, do so. Keep going down here. So this is all the styling. Const theme equals create MUI theme. Remember, we have to get that up here. Styles. So spread the theme here. And then you can just copy and paste these because it'll take a while to type out. You can type it now. Pause it as I go down. So it's all the CSS. Okay, now the React stuff. So we'll just put authenticated false for starters. We've got classes and they got user, credentials. So that's in here. User, credentials, all the stuff here. Come back to here. So you want to set all that there, like so. Then loading and authenticated equals this dot props. I'll go profile markup. So it's not equal loading, and we're authenticated. So it's not loading and we're authenticated. We do the following in here. So paper, we write everything in the paper. And then what do we have here? The image. A wrap around the image and the image. It's just a horizontal line. It's just like a breakpoint pretty much. That's what this is. Here, MUI link. So where's the writing? Username. So that's this here. Click on that. We'll go to the user's profile page, which we haven't set up yet. Okay, then we show you if we have email. So this is basically email. If we have it, and do this. Now that's typography, body type. You can put body 1. It's just a styling point. Show the email there. Location we don't have, but later we can add that in. Instagram. See, fragment, all that is, it only comes up if there's something inside. So it's pretty much for putting stuff that might not show up, like a div. I think is the point of it. Oops. Yeah, you have to get that up here. So it's like a div, you don't have to use it. You can put nothing in there, so it doesn't take up any space. So putting in location, we don't have yet. Instagram we don't have yet. They're just examples. Then we've got calendar. Day.js created at .format. So that actually will show when your user was created. October 2020. So then if we're not authenticated, this will show the paper here, which has got the login and sign up button. So to see that, before we create the logout button, we have to go to application, delete the token, refresh. Not sure what's happened here, I might have to start it again. Yeah, so we got login, take us to the login page, and sign up will take us to the sign up page. So that's in here. And then I said if it's loading, so if it's loading, when it's fetching the info, we're just going to have a loading there, ... So you might be able to see that. You don't even see it there, but because it's already loaded. And then you just want to return markup at the end, and map state to props, user, state.user, prop types if you want to use them, and then export connect. Connect is the glue between React and Redux, and then we've got map state to props with styles and profile. So that's all good, and I'll see you in the next lesson, and any questions down below.